The 149th running of the Kentucky Derby takes place this Saturday at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Are you going, George?
I'm not going this year,
okay,
but I'll probably go somewhere.
Okay.
The party's already underway, though, as we speak in Louisville, as the Kentucky Derby Festival kicked off this past weekend. Those of us who love the sport of kings are excited about this year's race, as it really does appear to be a wide-open affair. Let's take a look at a few of the contenders in the 20-horse field.
Now fourth, now third, and about to be second from the backfield.
Let's start with a horse we Midwesterners can root for. Last year, Angel of Empire turned heads when he won his first race at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. The fleet-footed colt would go on to win the Risen Star Stakes and Arkansas Derby this year, both key prep races for the Kentucky Derby. After his Arkansas Derby win, his Indiana-based trainer, Brad Cox, was effusive.
Very impressed with this horse on how he ran today. Came home quick, and he's a horse that, the longer the better. So, looking forward to getting him to the Kentucky Derby in 5 weeks.
Angel of Empire was not an expensive horse. Indiana-based trainer Tim Glishaw, who has won at the top level of horse racing, says when it comes to horses, money's less important than heart.
They don't know how much you paid for them.
Right.
And you can't, all the biometrics they do, they scope the horses, they take all the x-rays, make sure nothing's wrong. There's people that ultrasound their heart because they say the size of their heart. Well, that can't measure like heart, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want to do it. And you just can't measure that. And there's always a chance for lower priced horses to go ahead and do well, and I'm a testimony of that. Not just me, there's plenty of others out there as well.
Which brings me to the horse I like, Derma Sotogake. This handsome steed with a distinctive white blaze down the middle of his face beat some of the best 3-year-olds in the world this spring at the UAE Derby in Dubai. He's been at Churchill Downs since shortly after that victory, galloping in the mornings with fellow Japanese contender Continuar. While the talented Japanese colts are impressing seasoned horsemen and women worldwide, Tim Glishaw says this year's Derby is more wide open than ever.
And the reason I say that's because I don't think there's going to be much pace. The horses that have won on the lead haven't gone very fast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And you're probably going to have to go faster than that. You normally have to go faster than that in a Derby, but there's no sprinters in there like in years past to press the pace. So
yeah.
I think it's going to be a very slow pace. That should favor the front runners. I don't know if any of those are good enough to win. So then you look at the horses that are going to be stalking and closing. And, there's 20 horses in the field. It all just depends on 100% on trip.
If pace makes the race and there is little pace to develop, Kentucky Derby 149 may be a good time to put a $2 win bet down on a horse with long odds or a name you like. How about this big, lanky gray steed uncoiling his massive stride on a recent Kentucky morning? Tappet Trice. Now that's a catchy name.
Man, he's a beautiful horse. Okay, so I love the way Derma Sotogake is preparing for the race. Every morning, his exercise rider has him out on the track for an hour and a half, galloping, trotting, schooling in the paddock, just being a horse. The American trainers gallop their horses and put them right back in the barn. Given the choice, horses would rather be out than in. Now, Derma Sotogake is in, as I said earlier, the number 17 post for Saturday. No horse has ever won the Kentucky Derby from post 17. I think we're due. Now, the question is, Randy, if it rains, all bets are off. I have not handicapped the race for rain. So,
well, there may be some rain around in the morning, but I think it'll be okay during the afternoon. And they'd start the Derby, 6 o'clock, 6:30?
Exactly,
something like that. So what are the odds of the horse winning? You said 10 to 1? Or?
He's on the morning line right now. He's 10 to 1. I mean, that could change by post time. Yeah. There's a lot of buzz about him on the backside. Okay. Exercise riders have watched him. He's been turning in bullets. And he is a... Now, he also won the UAE Derby. No horse has ever won the UAE Derby, come to Churchill Downs and won the Kentucky Derby. Okay. But again, I think we're due.